Dog, I stay I stay mobbing out to the to the music every time we come on. What up, y'all? We back again. It's another episode of the Uncommon Commentators. It's your boy producer Wiley. I'm with my dog Garrick. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm still recovering from this debacle the other week,
That
and
motherfucking
but
beat him down.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was the worst game I've ever seen through a naked eye. But like I said, I'm still recovering. So
yeah.
hopefully, come my Mother's Day, the draft lottery, we'll get some luck. Make me feel better. But
I feel
we
you.
here.
I feel you. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. How's the week been for you?
It's been pretty productive. Been writing, more content now that the
Okay.
all season is here for the Hawks, and obviously we got the playoffs going. And I
Mhm.
will say the first round took me by surprise. So I know we'll get into a little bit of that, but
Hey,
overall
first
it's
round,
been been
we
pretty
had a
good.
good ass first round. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
that
hold you.
3 series, 7 games.
Yeah, I
Okay.
ain't gonna hold you. Overall, yeah, I get the first round an A+ on that one.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But yeah, it dog today of all days, today's been probably the roughest day. I woke
Hmm.
up with a migraine. I
Mm,
wake up with a migraine prior to it's time, right? Like 15, 20 minutes before it's time for my alarm to go off. Strike one.
mm.
Actually, strike two. Because the migraine and waking up before my alarm. Then I just
Don't you
I
hate
take my
that?
time, like I take my time getting ready for work because I'm waiting. Take a goodies powder to try and knock it down, get it down a little bit. I I get to work, and then I almost forget I had to conduct an interview
Mm,
at 12, and I was like, dog, I gotta get this shit like gone before
hmm.
12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And luckily I did. I was about to hit my buddy up because it was another guy in Tampa that we had to do the interview together, and I was about to hit him up and be like, dude, I can't
Hmm.
do it. 'Cause I was about to go home.
Yeah.
That shit eased up. Well, it went away and got through it.
Hmm.
Man. I was hurting. Like I had a my migraine, that shit felt like I had a hangover. Like,
Hmm.
it felt like I went on a fucking bender last night or some shit. I was like, "Nigga, I didn't even drink last night."
Yeah, I get those every now and then. You wake up and just like you have a headache for no reason.
No
But
reason. I was like, "Yo." But
crazy.
all in all, man, got through the day, so I can't complain. To
That's all
those
that
that
matters.
are viewing, of course, please hit the QR code up above my head. Get you to the link tree. Get you to our socials. Get you to the YouTube page. Once you get to the YouTube page, please subscribe.
Hmm.
The like button on this episode. Comment on this episode. Get us in the algorithm as all like my boy Jay always say. Um, but without further ado, we're gonna do a quick recap of the first round, just due to the fact that at the time frame last week that we recorded. Oh yeah, before we get started, for truly apologize about that. Shout out to our guy Antoine. He's down for the night, couldn't make it tonight. Get
Yeah.
get better, brother, and we will see you next week, dog.
Yes, sir.
But
Get well.
but as we go along here, we'll go ahead and do a quick recap of the first round. Like we said, first round did not did not disappoint whatsoever. Um,
Yeah.
we'll go through. We'll open up the wound a little bit with the Hawks and the Knicks. You were there. You were there for Game 6, so I definitely want to get your point of view from the game. But we'll just go through real quick. We'll start in the West. OKC won 4-1 over the Suns. We discussed that last week. Don't know if
Mhm.
you had wanted to get your take since you were not here last week. And did you have any thoughts, any takes on OKC and OKC and the Suns?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing much to say about that series, honestly. I mean, we knew OKC was going to beat them. I
Right.
think this was the best case scenario for Phoenix, if anything, to at least get one game before you were sent home. So I knew
Right.
OKC they wasn't going to mess around and take this series to 6 or 7 games. So they did what they were supposed to do. So
I was gonna
yeah,
say they got the six games. I was gonna be hot.
yeah, that
Seven
will
shit.
that will raise a flag just a little bit though. But I knew
Right.
OKC they were going to come in and do their thing, take care of business. So yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't surprising.
And then we had the Lakers over the Rockets 4-2. Of course, during this series, KD only played one. He only played in game two due to
Hmm.
a bone bruise in his ankle. Like I mentioned last week, of course, there was discourse that he quit on the team, but it's hard to say somebody quit on the team when they played 78 games.
Yeah.
So, um, I I did have. I think we went over that a little bit. Actually, no. The Rockets, I think the Rockets were due to play that night, that same night too, if I'm not mistaken. That game 6. So
Mhm.
I do have some thoughts. I'll go, but I'll start with you. Lakers over the Rockets. What you got, man? What's your point of view?
Well, honestly, I had the Rockets to advance to the
Hmm.
second round. Uh, I just thought that the way they play all year with
Yeah,
their defensive, capabilities, I thought that they were going to play a lot better than they did. And I would say it is disappointing for Kevin Durant to really not play in this series. I mean, only one game. So, I think this series would have been totally different if he was, uh, more healthy than he was. So,
absolutely.
but at the same time, when you look at the other side of the floor with LeBron and Austin Reeves, who came back late, and you have other guys like Luke Kennard and Marcus Smart. So they came in what they were supposed to do. They won that series fair and square. So I think it'll be more interesting to see how they answer back against OKC, who they play
Yeah,
tonight. They'll be looking to take a 2-0 series, a 2-0 nothing lead, excuse me. But yeah, we know LeBron what he's capable of doing in the playoffs. We know that he's a different beast. So congratulations to the Lakers. And so I think this will be a much better series between them and OKC tonight.
yeah. I think them not having a point guard, period. Like we knew Fred Van Vliet. Man, I
Mm,
hate saying his name sometimes.
Van
We knew
Vliet,
he
yeah.
was out. We knew he was out for the season from the jump. I get that, but at
Right.
no point in time did the organization attempt
Try
to
to
try
fix
and
that.
find a to find a serviceable point guard. And I say,
Hmm.
and when I say, I mean just a legit point guard. Somebody you could have found somebody to put
Hmm.
in that position that can, at the very least, guide
Just
the
fill that
team.
role
Yeah,
until
and guide the team.
Van Vliet came back.
They just needed. They needed. It's one thing when you got Kevin Durant on the floor. It's another thing when you don't have a floor general on the floor, because Kevin
Mm.
Durant is not you. You don't want Kevin Durant trying to be your damn floor general.
Yeah, that's
So
not his
you
role.
need, yeah, you need that. You need that point guard to be your floor general and coach on the floor. They
Hmm.
didn't have that. They didn't have it all year. They look half. That for the most part they looked pretty decent throughout the year. They had some
Hmm.
bumps. They had some bumps in the road here and there, but for the most part, they did what they needed to do to make it to the playoffs.
Right.
But again, the issue is everything changed as soon as we get to the playoffs because, of course, like I say, Kevin Durant misses game one, plays game two, and then misses the rest of the entire series. So nobody predicted that. Hence the reason why I would say at least 98% of the world probably had the Rockets advancing, including
Hmm.
us. But again, we had this in mind that Kevin Durant would be on the floor however long the series went. That not being the case, although they pulled off 2 wins in a row, I
Hmm.
going into game 6, I was just like, yeah, they ain't got it. Shangoon to me is not. He's not the player that He's not the player that everybody thought he was. Um, Jabari Smith took he hasn't taken a step the way he's needed to. I think this is what year 4 for him. So
Yeah, because
I'm like
he was
you
drafted in
should
the
look
same
at
year. Paul Banchero was drafted. So yeah,
yeah. I'm like
year 4. Yep.
you should look a lot better than what you do as a number 3 overall pick.
Hmm.
And and then on top of that, Houston ranked 24th in 3-point makes and 28th in 3-point attempts. So not only do you
Mm.
not have a point guard, y'all can't shoot the ball from deep,
Yep.
which which
It has to be fixed. It has to be
I
fixed.
mean,
So
I have no clue what they need to do as far as this off season is concerned, because you signed Kevin Durant to a 2-year extension.
who they may trade.
It's
Based on what
possible,
I've heard, they may. I've heard that
but
they're
who do you think
going
they'll
star hunting, but
well who are they trying to get? That's the question. Who do you
I
think they
don't.
try and get? Because I know I think we know one for sure, and that's Giannis.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, honestly, Giannis is the only star player out there that would make sense in terms of availability. Like I can't
Yeah,
name any other player that would be available and that would really make sense. I mean, I don't see a legitimate star player that would be made available outside of Giannis
right.
because the market is just is low in terms of star hunting. So I mean, honestly, outside of Giannis, the only player that I could think of is maybe Laurie Markkinen, only because he's been in trade rumors for a good minute. So
Right,
where
out there.
there's smoke, where there's smoke, there's fire. So you could look at somebody like that that could be
I
on the
like
trade
Laurie
market as
Marketing
well.
too.
Yeah, I like him too. So
Yeah, he's
yeah,
tough.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll see how it all goes. I don't know exactly what the return would be for Kevin Durant. Uh, I don't know if you would be able to trade him for. I mean, I don't know if you would trade Kevin Durant for Giannis.
Mhm.
I don't know. You probably. I mean, you could, but I mean, at the same time, it's just that I just look at it from both sides. So would would the Nets be? Well, not the Nets. The Milwaukee Bucks. Would they be interested in trading Giannis for Kevin Durant? Maybe. Of course, they will be asking for draft capital because they don't really have any draft capital, really. And
I feel like the Bucks don't know what the hell they want to do, and it doesn't
that's
help
that.
that
That's my thing. It's
they haven't. Well, I don't want to say it that way. I think they have an idea of what they want to do, but they're being treated. They're being
I think
treated
it's
like
heading towards
Giannis.
a divorce, honestly.
Yeah, but they're being
Because
treated like when it comes to Giannis, they're being treated like Aaron Rodgers did the Green Bay Packers before he decided to leave.
I could see that. I could see that. It's just when they hired Taylor Jenkins as a new head coach,
Hmm.
Giannis' response
Which
was, "Well,
great
we'll
hire.
see." Yeah, it was definitely a great hire for sure, but it just didn't seem like it moved Giannis. So just like, yeah, we'll see what happens. Uh, so the word is that they will make a decision on what they'll do with Giannis. Before the draft, which will be until late June next month. So like I said, I think that now I think Giannis on the Rockets, yeah, it would definitely be enticing because you have Fred Van Vliet coming back, then you have
Mhm.
Giannis, and then you have Sengun. So that's an enticing big three that could do some damage in the West for sure. So,
Yeah.
but my only thing is that again, well, for the Buck standpoint, you're looking at young players and draft capital. So that
Yeah.
means if you're trading Giannis, you're probably looking at trading maybe Kevin Durant more than likely, and then you probably had to add. Well, actually, no, you may not have to add. I don't know the salary cap, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna be asking for a man Thompson for the Bucks
Yeah.
because they've asked for Evan Mobley with Cleveland,
To be
and
honest,
draft capital. And I know that phone call hung up quick, so I'm pretty sure they're going to ask for a man Thompson, who's up for a contract extension, by the way. So
I've been say Kenny. No, his brother's the one that can't shoot well.
Asar out of Asar out of
I
Detroit,
I
but
always get them confused of which one can actually shoot and which one can't.
yeah, men is the better one, but
Yeah,
defensively they're about the same. So
I would be like,
they're
nah,
about the
y'all
same.
can't have a Sar, but y'all can get Jabari.
Yeah, I could see that
I
too.
would
I
ship
can see that
Jabari
too.
so I'm not going. I would ship Jabari so fast. I'm like,
I like
dude,
Jabari. I like Jabari. The kid has potential. I just don't know. It's just one of those things where you see a kid that has so much potential, and they just never improve. So I don't know.
right?
Maybe a change of scenery would be good. That helps a lot for some guys that need a fresh start. So I could definitely see him being part of that as well.
Yeah. Um, as we move on, Spurs over the Blazers 4-1. I didn't have that one was that one had been over. I didn't have much. Spurs did what they were supposed to do. I don't know if you have anything on that one.
Yeah, Spurs. Yeah, we knew they were going to win this series. I think if anything, the Blazers may have been able to extend the series to 6 games while Wemby was hurt,
Yeah.
uh but honestly they had their chances because they were up at least 20 at one point in game three or four. So
Hmm.
meaning Portland, but we know the Spurs, they are very well coached. So they claimed their way back up and won game three. I think that was game three. But regardless, they won the series, so everybody knew that
Yeah.
was going to be Spurs. So yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I had them in the sweep, honestly, but
Mm,
yeah, good gentleman sweep never hurt nobody. And then finally to close out the West, we had the Wolves over the Nuggets, which that was a shocker, just
mm,
more so of
mm,
how that panned out for
mm,
the Timberwolves because the
mhm.
Timberwolves they lose Dante DiVincenzo,
Yeah,
and then
and they lost
you
Ant
lose you lose
for a
Ant,
little
yeah,
bit.
you lose Ant for a few weeks,
Hmm.
and you would have thought that was blood in the water for the Nuggets, and the the rest of the team was
We'll
like,
be
yeah,
wrong.
they was like, yeah, hold my beer real quick. We got something to show y'all real quick. But
Yeah, I'm gonna
they
take you to school.
yeah, dog, they close out the series 4-2. Um Nuggets got some work to do this offseason.
Yes, they do.
Um
Yes, they do.
they need help from a rim protection standpoint.
Hmm.
Um oh yeah. And then before we get to what they should or shouldn't do, um we had Christian Brown come out and got
Oh,
the
Christian Brown.
yeah, he
Yeah.
got the world buzzing. But
Hmm.
I mean, nobody. I'll put it like this: nobody. You heard nothing else from any other Denver Nuggets,
Yeah.
but he goes on to say, "I just think I'm the leader of the team. I'm the vocal leader of this team, and when we don't play well, uh, as a whole, you can blame whatever you want. You can blame anything, but I didn't play well enough as an individual, and I didn't have this team ready enough to play in a tough series. So we'll be better. I'll be better. I look forward to next year when we can respond.
Mm,
um I'm not necessarily mad at it because again, the person, if you always think of your superstar being the leader of the team, and
of course.
there's been as we've seen there's been some cases where your so-called star superstar or star player is not the said leader of the team, at least not the vocal leader of the team. They're more
Right.
so the leader by play than by voice. So
Hmm.
that's how I took it with his comments. And and we've seen that before. We see it with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant would be quick to tell you, yeah, I lead by going out here and going to go hoop, and I suggest they follow my lead. So,
Yeah.
and but you always do have somebody on the team that's from a vocal standpoint that's like, they're the actual vocal leader of the team. So I
Right.
get it. Of course, with him, and it doesn't help that one, you didn't play well in the series. Two, you had just got paid what was it 5 year 125.
Yep.
So
That's exactly
so
right.
so yeah, now everybody looking at
Mm-hmm.
you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
Mm-hmm.
looking at you crazy like you the problem. But
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
one of the main
It's
problems
crazy.
was Jamal Murray.
Mm-hmm.
You've been inconsistent. You've been inconsistent since y'all won the championship. Like you're supposed to be the number two on this team, and some days you show up, some days you don't.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like that was outside of them not having a rim protector, even though I thought them bringing in Valanciunas would have helped a little bit. But hell, I don't even remember him fucking being out on the floor like that. Well, put like I don't remember him. I don't remember him and Joker being out on the floor together like that. I'm like, I think somebody asked me
I
that
don't
shit.
know if that lineup would have worked
I
if you
would
just
have
starting
tried
up
it
from
at
a.
least. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely would have tried it for sure. I wouldn't have tried it in the playoffs if you haven't tried it in the regular season. Because anyway, we'll get into that later. Yeah, I think for the Nuggets, I don't know. I feel like it's getting to the point now where they're a little bit overrated, a little bit. I
Mm.
guess they're not the same team that they were when they won, their championship a few years ago. So I
Well, they
think
dismantled that team
that's.
immediately.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's where you brought in Bruce Brown and then you add in other pieces to try to make it work with Tim Hardaway Jr., Valanciunas. You traded MPJ for Cam Johnson, and I
Oh,
think
that's
you ended up having
yeah.
the part of first round pick too.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, I mean for the Nuggets, they're not going to bring back the same roster uh, come
Shit,
next season. That's
they might.
for a fact. From what I've been reading and seeing, it seems like they're not going to bring back the same roster guys such
They
as
they got
Jamal Murray and
they
Cam
got a lot
Johnson
of
and
youth.
Eric Gordon. All these guys could be had for the right price. So
Mhm.
it's expected that Jokic will sign his contract and stay. But as far as making other moves, I wouldn't be surprised to say the least. So, but these things happen. So,
Yeah.
but it was kind of a shock because like I said, they just won a championship not too long ago. So I had higher expectations for them. And
Oh, we all did.
and you know what? And it was crazy. I wouldn't say it's crazy, but in a way it is. How people say Rudy Gobert is like one of the best defensive players of all time, which I can see, but I will say he did a phenomenal job of guarding
Oh,
Jokic because, to my
absolutely.
understanding, he shot 37% from three. I'm not from three,
Yep.
but from the field, somewhere in there.
Something like
So
that.
he did his
Yeah.
job. So
Yep.
he did his job. I
Yeah,
gotta give him
I said
credit.
that last week. I said that last week. I was like, yeah, like we have to give Rudy Gobert his credit of
Hmm.
how he played Joker. Like he stifled that dude. Excuse me, he stifled that dude from the word go, like from the
Hmm.
tip. So
Yeah.
and then also it didn't help that freaking Aaron Gordon missed games 3, 5, and 6 due to calf tightness.
Mm.
For me, Aaron Gordon he's the glue of that team. Like
Hmm.
he helps make that team go, and he allows Joker to be Joker. Like it
Mhm.
helps with Joker being able to be the playmaker that he is. Now, the conversations as far as Joker being the best center of all time and all this shit, it can now stop. And it can now stop because Jesus,
Yeah.
like I love Joker to death, but the conversations that were surrounding him and the comparisons, I was like, yeah, I'm like, you're comparing him being better than Shaq, better than Hakeem, and I'm like, what are we doing? Like let's
He's no doubt one of the best centers of all time, but not number one.
nah. Like
Yeah, not number
he has
one
a very he has now he has a very unique skill set.
for sure.
We have not seen many centers that can do some of the shit that he can do, especially from a passing.
Passing standpoint,
His
yeah, he's
major contribution is his court vision. For a big
hmm
man, he has great court vision. But again, you have to play the other side of the ball, and you are not that good on the defensive side.
yeah. So where
So
would you put him of all time amongst all centers?
I have to. I mean, so I have to. I can only go off of who I saw because I'm like, yeah, we can always pull a Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell and those cats. I'm like, nah, I gotta go with the players who I saw, who I've seen with my own two
Mhm.
eyes. Because I'm like, I've seen Shaq, seen Hakeem, seen Patrick Ewing. Uh, I'm trying to think here.
They ain't really
I
been
would
that
put.
many.
I would
They ain't really been
definitely.
that many great centers in this.
It's been
You
well.
look
That's
at
because the way the game has changed.
yeah. That's why I say it ain't that. There's not that many to choose
I
from.
have
I
to
mean,
go
you
to.
could
Hold
because
on.
you could put in prime Dwight Howard, but
Oh yeah, Dwight
I
Howard.
mean, yeah, but
Like let's not get it twisted with Dwight Howard. Yeah, he the tail end of his career. Well, a portion of his career is a little shaky, and that's just due to injuries. But
yeah,
uh,
Orlando, Dwight.
yeah, Orlando and all the way up before he had to have his-
I'll probably say up until I would say
before
up until
he had to get
when his
surgery on his back.
career yeah, I would say up until he left Houston to come back home. I mean, he's been like that for the most part.
Yeah.
So, but prior to White, I mean, that was just always going to be a wrap. You talk about bully ball. Like I never seen a man of his stature to just go out and just dominate.
Oh yeah, you got Kareem.
Like that. So
I almost forgot about Kareem.
yeah, but
David Robinson. Like I'm not putting him over David Robinson.
no,
Like I said, Patrick Ewing. I didn't get to see Moses Malone play. I think like when if I did see Moses Malone play, it was at the
William
very, very,
Carl alone.
very end of his. He was a power forward. He wasn't the center.
Mm.
But yeah,
It'd be interchangeable these days.
he's in the top
Be power
10.
forward.
He's in the top 10, but like again, miss me with the better than Shaq, better than Hakeem Olajuwon. And like I said, I'm not even putting him
He's
over
certainly
there.
one of the best of all
Dave
time. He's
Robinson.
certainly one of the top of
But
all time. There's no doubt about
he's
it.
up there.
He's up
I
there. Yeah, he's up
top
there.
5, more like he'll be top 5 when it's all said and done.
I
But
think top five is not bad.
I mean, as a center,
I think that
not bad at all.
yeah, it's reasonable. It's reasonable.
Oh yeah.
But
Also, before we move on, uh, in that series, the Wolves scored 50 plus points in the paint every game, and even
mm,
eclipsed 60 points in the paint in game 3. That's
mm,
why when I mentioned about the they need rim protection. Like and they got the 26
Yeah,
overall pick. So we'll see how this goes. Again, we know Sunday is where we get to figure out what the lottery draft looks like. So that's gonna be some
yeah.
fun. You and Antoine are gonna blow the chat up. I already know.
I don't know why I have this
Good,
feeling
good, bad. Look,
OKC.
good, better, good, better, indifferent.
No, because man, I know this about the playoffs, but just real quick,
Yeah.
it's just it takes me back to when the Clippers traded Paul George.
Oh
No,
God.
I mean not traded Paul George, but when OKC traded Paul George
Yeah.
to the Clippers and that massive trade package they got. And just imagine, because we've seen crazy things happen in the draft lottery. Just imagine if they get up into the top three. You're talking about AJ DeBensa, a Darren Peace, or Campbell's, or even a Caleb Wilson.
Yep. But they're still gonna have to. They still got to make adjustments just due to
That's just
secondary. But
that just
they'll.
blows my mind. I mean, you acquire a MVP player in SGA, and you
Yeah.
acquired Jalen Williams as part of that package deal, and now you add AJ DeBensa and so forth. So I don't know.
Dog. This was
That just blows
this
my
is by
mind to
far
this day.
the but that's the beauty of a gamble. That was a gamble. They pulled off a gamble. Now, part of it,
Would you
I will
now
I
which
will say
trade?
part.
Which trade? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, which trade do you think was worse? Luca going to LA or SGA going to OKC? Which trade do you
SGA
think
going
was?
SGA going to OKC because the gifts just keep coming. Like it just
That's
keeps going.
just crazy,
But
man.
also, again, like when you look at these trades on paper, it's one thing because it's Paul
Yeah,
George
like when
got
it
traded.
happens right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
because
understand
again,
that. Yeah,
we did not know SGA was going to be this. That's why I
of
said
course. Yeah,
this was that's why I said this was the perfect gamble from a trade standpoint, but also
but in
this
hindsight,
went well. Hold up, but also whoever did their homework on SGA knew what they were getting.
what they were getting. Yeah,
At the very least, they knew the potential of what they were getting.
and they
So
were spot on.
now with the draft picks of like you said, Jalen Williams, we saw Chet Holmgren, even though we had they had doubts as far as his frame, but I was like, look at KD when he came in the league. So
That and looks
um
like and he's not having any issues with that
no,
either. So
but you see you see the gamble is paying off because not only did they get it right with the trade, but they're getting it right with their picks. So that's the
that
best.
that 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 that's a
That's
fact.
the part that's like, yo, this trade just keeps getting worse and worse in hindsight because not only did SGA become the fucking MVP, but look at all their picks and how these picks are turning out.
Hmm. Fantastic. Sam Presti deserves his flowers.
Dog, I need
And
to
and and, and I don't know because I think we may see the next worst trade. I wouldn't say in history though, but I think it would definitely be up there when New York traded 5 first round picks and a pick
oh
swap
yeah,
for
for Mikal Bridges.
Mikael Bridges.
Yeah.
Just imagine how that may turned out. But
Well, well,
I'm just starting to see this
word to
trend
all the
where
picks that
players, like overrated players, getting traded for like so much draft capital. And I'm just like,
well, that's because
Mikhail is not even he's not even an all star. So
that's because
like, who
GM
y'all think he is? Well, yeah, of course. I
GM
get that, but like
some
five,
of these some of these
five.
GMs aren't as smart as people think they are, and
That's a fact.
it shows in
That's
some
a
of the
fact.
transactions that they make. So,
Like if
um,
I thought trading for Dejounte Murray was like overpay, like 5 first round picks and a pick swap, ooh, and I know they regret it too. I know
oh
they
man,
regret it.
absolutely.
Just ask Stephen
Yeah.
A. because he been popping off like
Oh God,
every other week.
I'm not asking that motherfucker a damn thing. For those who know me, y'all know how I feel about that dude. But
Yeah.
as we digress, let's move on to the East. We'll start with the Pistons over the Magic. Went 7 games. Um,
Man, they had it. They had it. But like, okay, I have never okay. Now we know the Magic, they're not a team that's known for their shooting. They're known for their defense when they're fully healthy. Now, once upon a time, they were up at least 20. And and they missed like 33 out of 39 shots in the second half.
you get blown
So
out.
it's somewhere like that, like 35 out of
How you
39.
how you up with fucking 1920? You lose by damn near 20.
Man, that's just gonna like that has to sting. Like, and people were like, okay, which one was worse? Blowing a 3-1 lead or getting beat by the Knicks by 60?
Well, hold up.
Now,
We've seen a bunch of 3-1 leads go left. Shout out to Doc Rivers.
yeah, and shout out to Steve Kerr.
Right.
Shout out to Steve
So
Kerr as well.
so that's been more of a common thing here in the last
But
about 10
but
years.
but I mean, I mean, if I'm up three, I have a chance to put the series away,
You're
and I
right.
do some stupid mess like that. Like, ugh, that's something you just that's going to sting for a long time. But I mean, no, I mean, regardless, like you and I said, it went to 7 games. We didn't expect it. I think you said 5 games, and I said 6. So
Yeah.
it went to 7 games. So it was a good
Now,
series. It was a good series. So
so I did give it some clarification. I'll do it again this week as well. That that Magic team that we saw was not like we had to strip the number away. So
mhm,
they were the A seed, but that's not an A seed team. And
they're not.
we saw it in as they played because they're healthy. They got healthy.
Mhm,
So now we saw the Magic team that we thought we were going to get throughout the season, which we thought was
right,
going to be a top 5 team. So
right,
that's what
right,
the Spurs, I mean, excuse me, that's what the Pistons got. They got a top 5 team that they
right.
ended up having to play in the first round.
Mhm,
So I give the Magic all the credit in the world because they did show like, hey, when we are
we're
healthy,
still relevant.
when we're clicking, we can play great basketball as well. Now,
Mhm,
unfortunately, they still fucking fired the coach, which I I don't get it. But hey, this is the NBA. It's a business, so
of course, we know how it goes. We know
all
how it
I
goes.
all I will say is I hope the coach that they pick up is better than Jamal Mosley.
Billy Donovan.
Well, yeah, I mean he's available.
I mean,
he
that's
he is
who
available.
that's the name on that's a word on the street. They
I
may
was
go
gonna say,
after Mr.
you know,
Donovan, but
anybody that needs a coach,
I
Billy
wouldn't
Donovan.
personally. I wouldn't have gone for Billy Donovan, but
I was
I
gonna
mean,
say, but
hey,
any team that's gonna need a coach here in the next couple months, Bill as long as he's available, Billy Donovan's name going to be tied to it,
of course he is.
even
Yeah,
if he's not said a word about talking to the team or anything. Like his name, he's going to be tied to it. So
yeah,
we just got it. We just got to get ready for that roller coaster.
yeah,
Um, Cavs over the Raptors. This one with seven. This one with 7 games, and I'm trying to figure out how. But then again,
yeah.
when I
Because I
said
know for sure. I know for sure. You said it was gonna go like 5 games at least. Five
But
games.
then when I
That
said how, look, when I said how, I had to take a step back and remember who the hell I was talking about.
the
I was
Cavs
talking
gonna
about
do
the Cavs.
Cavs things.
Yes, and not only the Cavs are doing Cav things, James Harden is doing James Harden things. Fucking Donovan Mitchell doing Donovan Mitchell things. Like
Hmm.
it's the Cavs are so frustrating for me. They've been frustrating for a while. They're even more frustrating now because you have a James Harden and a Donovan Mitchell and a Evan Mobley, and
Mm-hmm.
um
But Jared Allen,
Jared Allen. There we go. Jared, like
yeah.
you have all these pieces, and y'all are struggling with the Raptors. The Raptors who were
Now
still
the Raptors, they're pretty well coached, but
yes, but
I
then
didn't think that it would go to 7 games though.
because
I
they
didn't
also lost Brandon
expect that.
Ingram in this.
Mm-hmm. They did.
They lost Brandon Ingram, and I'm like, y'all still struggling? Like, what are we
Now I
doing?
will say I will say that I think RJ Barrett made the second craziest. Well, what I say second craziest? I don't know. I don't know which shot was more impressive. The game winner that Kawhi made against the Sixers
I don't know.
or or the three that RJ Barrett made to
No,
take
it
the
was
lead.
quiet.
Because it was just
It
like
was quiet.
how but it was just like when RJ Barrett shot the ball, it went straight up and then like
Straight up.
went straight
Yeah.
down.
Oh yeah.
So
It's just
I,
like
I
what's
don't
his
know.
name?
It's close,
Tyrese
but
Halliburton.
yeah,
It's
that
just like
was
Tyrese
just
Halliburton.
wow.
But it's cool. I'm taking Kawhi's shot over both of those shots.
Yeah, I just that was
Because
just
Kawhi's
crazy.
shot sent them home for good.
Yeah. I'm just talking about like the shot itself though, like how they made it. But yeah, we covered.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, of course, the Kawhi shot was bigger because, like you say, they
Yeah,
took
the
him home. So,
magnitude of
but
his
yeah,
shot was bigger, but even still, that motherfucker bounced around that rim a couple times and then dropped
yeah,
it.
I just like yeah, and everybody was just waiting like, oh, is this about to go in? Like
Right.
everybody still got that picture, which is wild. But yeah, 7 games. Like I said, the first round was definitely interesting, and to my understanding, I think this was the most viewed playoffs in a
Yeah.
long time. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
So
because ain't
this is
shit else
good.
on TV. I
I
mean,
mean, not only that though, but I
The
think,
W coming
honestly, I
back,
think it's
but
more of the matchup. To be honest with you.
yeah, yeah. Look, the W coming back, but shit, they don't start till this. They don't start. They start tomorrow, as a matter of fact. But still, like,
Hmm.
no, I get it. Although, again, when it comes to these games, I'm like, well, the game's on Prime right now. I hate it. I hate it so much. Just put it back. Put it back on fucking cable.
I mean,
This shit is
partially they. Partially they still do. I mean, you still got
man. This shit is stupid.
ESPN and ABC. So
It's
it's
stupid.
probably gonna be
I
on
should
a. Well, I think the finals gonna be on. Well, the finals gonna be on ABC. So I think it's
ABC.
gonna
Yeah,
be. I
ABC
think
slash
they'll put it
ESPN.
back fully on cable on
Well, yeah, they
ABC.
ain't got no fucking choice.
They
If
have a
they want
choice. I
to,
mean,
hey,
they could put
I
it
mean,
on
they got
Peacock and Prime if they
now.
want to,
Now,
but
hold up. Now, I would go the NBC route. That's just me. They're the better. They're the better.
man,
It's the better. It's the better broadcast. It's the
who
better broadcast. I'm
man,
just
look, ABC, they've always done a phenomenal job. They always done a phenomenal job for the finals. I'm not saying
NBC.
that MSNBC wouldn't do any better or do just as good. I'm just saying
They would.
ABC. I mean, they ain't,
They would do it. I'm telling you, they would do it. But NBC ain't new to this. They true to this.
I
They've
know,
been doing this. NBC been doing this.
but ABC, they've done really good. They've
Look,
done
I'm giving
really
up for
good.
NBC like I'm getting money from 'em. I ain't getting no bread off this shit. I look, I just been watching basketball long enough.
Yeah.
When you hear that motherfucking round ball, when you hear that song go off, you know
Mm-hmm.
what time it is. It is time.
Yep.
It is time for some basketball.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but as we digress,
Ooh.
76 is over the Celtics. 7-game series. The
Well, I
Celtics
mean,
blew, the Celtics blew this shit, dog. They blew it.
they that was another 3-1 lead.
They blew it. Well,
That was
and it's
another
not
three
even
three
a
one
3-1.
lead.
It not only that, you blew it because you live by the three, you die by the three, and you definitely died by it. Why are we shooting 53s? You were like 9 of 49 or some shit like that. Like, what are you doing? Take the ball to the fucking basket. Joe Mazzulla, this
Yeah,
one's on
you
you,
gotta
homeboy.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to mix it up when the shot's not falling. You gotta find other ways to score. But I think, but we know Boston high. We had higher expectations. So, and that's a natural behavior because whoever is the better team, we always want to have higher expectations. But uh, of course, it would be different if Tatum was able to play in Game 7.
Hold
But
on,
at the
hold on,
same
hold on.
time,
Because
wait a
the
minute.
line. Go ahead. My
No, no,
bad.
no. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, yeah. I'm not making it as an excuse because
No. I
Boston they
wasn't.
found
I
they
wasn't.
found other ways to win without Tatum. So,
Right.
but regardless, though, I mean, like I said, I think it would have been a different series. Uh, but at the same time, like you say, Joe Mazzulla, died by the three and stuff. So I think for Boston, they trend in the right direction. So yeah, it's disappointing that they lost, but at the same time, I think that the fact of the matter is that I still give Joe his flowers of being able to take different personnel and having to play through their strengths. Because I think for a lot of people, when they had to trade uh, Drew Holiday and
Mhm.
Kristaps Porzingis and let go of Al Horford, a lot of people didn't think that they were going to still be a top three seed. Maybe they would have slipped a little bit to like 4 or 5, but
I thought they were gonna
but
tank.
even well, I mean, yeah, that even that too. But well, I don't know. I don't think they would have been that bad where they at the tank though.
No,
But
I'm saying
I
I thought
think
they
that
were purposely going to tank.
yeah, I didn't
I
think
would have.
so.
I
I
would have.
didn't think so.
What?
Yeah,
I would have tanked so
yeah, Tatum that was
motherfucking
that was out, but he came 2 months, came back two months early. So
bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
I get that part. But I mean, at the same time, they've been able to find other ways to win uh with different faces. So I definitely give Joe Mazzulla his flowers. I think that uh he should get coach of the year for that. Just being able to, bounce back and find other ways to win and keep them relevant while their star player was out. So that's definitely great work. So I can't take that away from him.
You being real nice, cause man, what?
I'm just
I thought
look. I mean, like nobody didn't expect them to be a top
no
three
no 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 no
seed.
no. I I give them all the props in the world for the regular season. I'm talking about especially game
Well,
seven.
I mean, yeah,
Because what the fuck lineup did you trot out there where you put three guys out there that you ain't really been playing, and then
yeah. That
they
that's
scored
never
no
one.
point. They gave you
That's
no points.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's never going to work.
It was like
Never,
you
never
got
put, never put out a lineup that you never used in the
right.
playoffs. If you haven't done it in the regular season, don't try in the playoffs. Don't try it.
But my thing
It's
is
not going to work.
you that shit. So for me, I want to preface this. For me, he point shaving. He was point shaving. You throw that fucking lineup out there. That lineup, Joel Embiid is back, and he done found his footing.
Hmm.
Well, unfortunately, he he's back injured. Unfortunately, but
Yeah, back on the injury block.
at this time frame, because now he's what this is his third game back in. Rusty, of course, Rusty the first game, got y'all the second game, got
Hmm.
y'all up out of there. Third, like that's a that's definitely on Joe Mazzulla. But I also
I agree.
I want to place blame on I'm going to place blame on everybody because again, as a player, if you know your shot's not falling, why the fuck do you keep jacking that bitch up from three, Peyton Pritchard? Like why do you keep hoisting that bitch up? Because you think if you get one to go down, you're gonna get another one to go. I get that's the mantra, shoot or shoot and all that. But no,
Shoot till you
sometimes
make. Shoot until
sometimes
you make.
some like all my coaches that I've had growing up, if you are not hitting from the outside, you get that motherfucker, you take that bitch to the cup.
Hmm.
Even if you got to try and draw a foul, take that motherfucker to the
Yep.
cup. Because
Yep.
eventually they gonna hack you. They gonna send you to the line, and then that's where you can get your groove back. You can see the ball go in,
Hmm.
unless you just unless you just terrible at the free throw line too. Then you got all kind of problems.
Right. Right.
But that's been that's always been the frustrating thing for me when it comes to watching the Celtics. Like, yes, I know you guys have a bunch of great 3-point shooters on the team, but you should not be shooting fucking 53s a game and you're only making 5 of them bitches. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I agree.
So, so yeah, blame goes all the way around, but for the most part, I'm looking at you, Joe Mazzulla. And now we're in the second round. We got games going on right now. Ooh, uh, tough shot. Pistons are currently up as we are recording. They're up 101 to
The
92
92.
with just 2 minutes left, around 2 minutes left in the fourth. They are currently up. They're currently up 1-0 in this series against the Cavs. I do have the Pistons taking this with the Cavs because y'all know me. I do not trust the Cavs. The Cavs have to prove it to me. Um,
Yeah.
I've said them, the Knicks, and the Hawks. Oh, hold up. Speaking of the Hawks, damn, I moved too quick. We got to back up that train. Sorry, y'all. We got to go back to the first round. My bad. I have to open up this room real quick. Knicks over the Hawks, 4-2. You were there for game 6. I want to get your point of view real quick. The floor is yours.
So for everybody that does not know, of course, Wiley, just mentioning that I was there
Well,
for
no,
Game 6.
they
I was
know.
there for game. Yeah, I was there for game 6. Okay. Yeah. So for anyone who has not seen last week's episode or even this episode, just now coming in, yeah. So I went to game 6. It was a elimination game for Atlanta, and I thought that our boys were going to come out and really put up a fight. Now, for the record, I did receive a text, not from Wiley, not from Antoine, but one of my radio producers that I work with sent me a text and said, "Hey man, what high school team did the Knicks beat?" I said, "Well, we sure didn't come out and didn't even put up a fight." Now, the only time when the arena got loud, the only time when the arena got loud for the Hawks was when Nikhil Alexander Walker hit a three to put us up 9-5. That was the only time when it got loud, and that was early in the first quarter. After that, it's been nothing but orange and blue skies and New York Knicks fans, and it was terrible. I have never been to a Hawks game, Braves game, Falcons game where you're being beaten that badly through a naked eye, and I did leave the game early. It was 8 minutes and some change, and this was before halftime. We were down by 50 somewhere in there. I got up out of there. I was going to sit here and watch this anymore. So, to say at least, the New York Knicks, they were always the better team, and they took care of business. So, as heartbreaking as it is, and how much it hurts, I gotta give credit when it's due. I
Mhm.
think that they're going to beat the Sixers in the second round and advance to the conference finals. And I always had them in the conference finals, and I will say it's starting to trend that way because before the playoffs started, I had the Detroit Pistons and the Knicks to be in the conference finals, and I think it's trending towards that way, honestly. Uh, so yeah, everything is starting to shape to how I envision it. But yeah, the Knicks, they just dominated, and the Hawks, they just were not ready. It was very embarrassing, but uh, I don't think there's any excuse for that. I mean, you can sit there and say, yeah, they're a young team, they're figuring it out, Jalen Johnson and blah blah blah. Yeah, that's one thing, but I, that you can't teach effort. I feel like
Right.
the team could have put up a much bigger, better fight than that. So yeah, obviously they didn't come prepared. So there's just no excuse for that. So like I said, I the Knicks, they won fair and square, but yeah, I just would have expected a better, put up a bit bigger fight than that. That's all I would have asked. I mean, if we would have lost, if we would have lost, it'd been all right. But
I'm
it is
just
what it is, man. It is what it
like,
is.
nah. And for those, if any of you that are watching, if y'all were here for last week's episode, y'all know I was over here in tears, straight tears, because good old Antoine he never lets
Oh,
me
you didn't
down.
say nothing about being in tears now.
Oh,
You was like you left up a storm.
oh no, I had to take the glasses off, bro. I had to take these
I
motherfucking
gotta go
glasses
watch.
off, dog.
I definitely gotta go watch the episode
Hey,
now
I
because you
had
didn't
to.
say nothing about you being crying and stuff. Like,
Nigga, I was over here weak. You hear me? Weak. But I always give you and Antoine a hard time when it comes to the Hawks. But
yeah,
I've
that's
always
Wiley, y'all.
but I
That's
do
Wiley.
that. I do that on the strength because again, like I said, the Hawks, the Knicks, and the Cavs. Those are three teams to me that they're the same to me. They just wear different uniforms. They all piss me
I,
off the same. They all piss me off the same. I I'm like, I'm not even a fan, and I shouldn't even be this pissed off at y'all. And here I am, pissed off at the team as if I'm actively rooting for y'all. And it's just I want y'all to play better. That's
that's
it.
all
I
I
just want
asked. That's all I asked. But I mean, like I said, despite the loss, we made the playoffs as a top 6 seed. And that's the first time since the 2020-21 season. So I can't be mad at that. That was also
celebrate
going to be a win for me. So
right.
I'm not too mad about it, but I'm still pissed off. Like,
Although y'all look, I will say y'all were a sneeze away from being in the play-in. Just
yeah, we
the
dodged
way
we
that
dodged the
that
bullet.
the way that five through 10 seed look, I was like, Jesus Christ. I said if
It was
any team
right.
lose,
You on 2 game losing streak. You the 10
oh,
seed.
you right,
It was right there.
easy,
It was right
easy.
there. Yeah,
But
it was a race. It was a race.
but as we move on, now we'll move on to the second round. Like I was mentioning, the Pistons are finna be up
They
2
basically,
2-0. They're finna be up
yeah.
2-0 on the Cavs. Um just watching from game one, um the Pistons are playing the way that we saw them play throughout the season, and that's through physicality. They're
hmm
they're being they're being physical with the Cavs, which is causing problems. They have they they have length on their team when it comes as a defending team. So it's not like you're going to easily get around this team. Uh, Jalen Duran is finally playing like the Jalen Duran that we seen because he struggled against the Magic.
Yeah,
He had some
he had me
problems.
worried a little bit now.
Yeah,
He
he
had
had
me
some problems
worried.
against the Magic. But it also helps. Well, again, it I mentioned their defense, but James Harden had more turnovers, 7, than he did field goal makes, which is 6. He was 6 for 15 in game one. And
He had 4 of them tonight.
dog, like again, like they're hanging their hat on defense. And my only concern with the Pistons is who's going to be your second scorer outside of Cade, because that was the other issue. That was the other issue I raised when they played the Magic. It was like everything's cool, but you don't have a second scorer to take the pressure off of Cade Cunningham. And so that was their issue until they started figuring it out against the Magic, and now we get to this series against the Cavs, and now
hmm
of course they're turning defense into offense, which helps, and that gets the rest of the team going. So um also for me, Evan Mobley, you got to step up from an offensive standpoint. Like
Definitely.
You really like
definitely.
you cannot be MIA in this game.
9 points,
Or in this
one rebound, and 4 assists.
tonight.
I mean, yeah. I mean, now he took care of business. Technically, I mean, he got 3 steals and 3 blocks. But I mean,
I'm not
when
worried
you
defensive
when
end. It's
you're no,
offense.
I'm just saying, like when you're the former defensive player of the year. I mean, 1 rebound, bro, and of course you have to, take care of business on the offensive side. So 9 rebound. I mean, 9 points. I mean, that's just not going to cut it, bro.
Right.
And you played
Um
35 minutes.
be I so we I'm gonna make a distinction here when it comes to Evan Mobley and guys of Evan Mobley's stature. They're not a big man, they're a tall man. They're just tall. But also, with you being that tall, your ass still got to get in that paint, go grab a fucking rebound. Give
Yeah,
a
one rebound is not going to cut it. And you signed a 5 year contract that's worth basically 270.
dog.
Like I gotta
You
get more
grab.
than just this one rebound, bro. I need like
I wouldn't even
13
say
to
13.
15.
I need at least six to eight rebounds. Can you give me that?
I need double digit rebounds, bro. It's not that hard. When
but
you're 6'11", 7 foot, it's not hard to get 10 rebounds. It's not.
no, but that's an effort thing. Like you got more. You
Yeah.
got one more rebound than me and Garrett, and we sitting here at the house. We both at home.
Hmm.
We watching you.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So
like make it make sense.
yeah, man. That has to
That's
tighten up. That has to tighten up.
crazy. And then on top of that, I will say Donovan Mitchell, like again, we saw Donovan Mitchell when he was at Utah, and we're still getting the same Donovan Mitchell from Utah when it comes to the playoffs. During the regular season, excellent. Can't there's nothing to complain about. It's when we get in this postseason and it's time to put up a shut up. And yeah, you'll get your points, but it's not efficient. Like but again, that goes back to Detroit's defense because they're being physical. They're able to be physical and they're playing up to the whistle. And it's not like a overly physical game, that they're playing, but put it like this, they're not playing OKC type defense.
Of course.
but
Yeah.
but they're playing physical enough to where they're letting you know that, hey, if you think you're about to get a bucket, you got to work for it. You're gonna have to work
Hmm.
to get this bucket. So, um, of course, we both have to watch. We both need to watch game two, but um, that's just my outlook from it. Um, the Cavs, the Cavs
They're gonna have to
are
break up the roster at some point because it's.
they're they're
I
they're
mean,
a, they're a middle of the pack team. Like, let's be real.
they are, and the roster is becoming more expensive because I
Yeah.
think with the whole cap situation. Can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But the fact of the matter is just that the roster is getting more expensive. So at some
Mhm.
point they're going to make some decisions. Like I said, where there's smoke, where there's fire.
Mhm.
If they don't make it to the conference finals at least, then you're potentially looking at you know trading Donovan Mitchell. uh, I don't think that they will be moving Evan Mobley, but you could see a Jared Allen and a Donovan Mitchell off this team because the aprons. That's what was trying to
Yeah,
say.
second
The
apron.
aprons, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just that's no joke. We seen it with Boston having to get rid of Al Horford and
Yeah, we about
Kristaps
to see it with
Porzingis and
OKC.
Jrue Holiday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's just one of those things where those things are very real. So
Hmm.
I think and honestly, I think it probably be that time to do so. I
Yeah.
mean, we'll just see how it all goes, and you can see the same thing for New York as well. They come up short.
Oh yeah, and
I think it's
great
championship or bust for them.
great transition because we can go over to the Knicks. The Knicks are up 2-0 on the 76ers. Joel Embiid did not play. He did not play for in game 2. So,
Mm-hmm.
but with him not playing in game 2, it allowed the 76ers to be able to push the ball faster up the court.
Yeah, they did.
And we got to see a lot tighter game
Mm-hmm.
throughout all the way up until what last 5-6 minutes of the fourth quarter,
Yeah, yeah,
where New
because
York,
it was 2 possession game at that
yeah.
point.
I mean, they had 25 lead changes, which is the
Mm-hmm.
most since the Spurs and the Clippers combined for 31 on May 2nd, 2015. So
Mm-hmm.
we can. That's how good of a game it was. Like
Yeah,
it kept you on the edge of your seat. Because to be honest, I thought New York was going to lose that game. Like I'm not
I
gonna,
I thought so too at
and
one
it's just
point.
the
They were
way
getting into foul
because
trouble.
yeah, glad you brought it up. Cat, why are we in foul trouble? Why are we getting
Maybe
in
like
early
three
foul trouble?
fouls and it's not even halftime yet.
Right. Like why are we in
Mm-hmm.
early foul trouble?
Yeah,
Knowing that knowing just last week, I'm like, yo, they need to, and that's the other part too. Like they need to continue to feed Carl Anthony Towns the ball because going through
yeah.
him is your best option. And then you let Jalen Brunson shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
But
I agree.
Cat got to stop reverting to those Timberwolves days and control himself on the defensive side of the game. If you do that, you
You
can fucking
throwing the game away
dog.
potentially.
I mean,
Really.
and you did it. You did it. He did it in game 1 as well. He did it in game 1. You
Mm-hmm.
got in foul trouble early, and then when they got you back in there, you got your fucking mind right and took,
You
did
got
what
it.
you had to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, the Knicks play. They didn't have Mitchell Robinson. To me, very important. That's a key piece to this team, and that's going to be a key piece for them to beat the 76ers. That's if Joel Embiid. That's whenever Joel Embiid comes back. Like they're going to need Mitchell Robinson when it's all said and done. Um, because it's to the point now where OG Ananobi is your best rim protector, and
Well,
he
they well
showed
he's gonna be out at least for game 3. So
who Ananobi. Oh yeah, because he let him.
he has
He,
a right hamstring strain, so he's day to day. So
oh boy,
yeah, if OG and Mitchell are a no go, I mean, I think I think uh I think the next day they may have just enough to pull that off. They just need better um, overall performance from Mikal Bridges because he's been a
yeah,
disappointment in the playoffs. But if they can get more out of Mikal, then they
mhm,
could still, at least, still won in Philly in game 3 or 4 before heading back to New York and see if they can close it out. So,
yeah,
but yeah. But I mean, I will say, like, to your point for Philly, when Embiid wasn't able to play in game 2, they've been able to play at a faster pace and they really started knocking down their shots and getting to the rim early. Honestly, you saw Paul
mhm,
George hitting back to back threes. You're seeing BJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey getting to the paint. We know Maxey, he's that's his bread and butter, being able to get to
yeah,
the rim and
yeah,
finish the contact as well. So, uh, yeah, so they've been able to just being able to score on all levels. So, I expect them to do that in game 3. So I think I, I don't know if they'll tie the series up in games 3 and 4, but Philly, I think they'll at least win one at home.
yeah. Uh, and the thing about it for Tyrese and BJ for that matter, they went cold later in that fourth when they got to about the end of the third, going into the fourth quarter. They got cold in game 2,
Yeah.
which definitely helped the Knicks and allowed them to go ahead and push through and get that win. Um, yeah, that's the East. We'll slide over to the West. The Thunder, they're playing the Lakers right now as we record. That game just started. But they are up 1-0 on the Lakers. SGA did not play well and had 6 turnovers, and the Thunder still won by 18. But
Yeah, I mean, when you have other
that
guys like Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren and Alex Caruso, Isaiah Hartenstein, if your star player is not playing well, then you have other guys that can pick up the slack. That's just
now
how they built.
that's due to rust. We'll chalk that up to rust because OKC has been off for 9 days, so
Yeah,
they're
that
they a
that
little
that, that
rusty.
does happen.
Yeah,
That definitely does happen. So
they
yeah,
were. We'll chalk that one up to rust unless he comes out in game 2 and has the same type of performance. So,
yeah.
um, but with SGA, you know, having a rough, game 1, we get to see Chet Holmgren step in and do his thing with 24 and 12. Then we got Jared McCain of all people coming off the bench in
That was a
12
solid
minutes,
pickup for
15.
them.
Yeah,
That
can
was solid.
hoop. Kid's a
Yeah,
hooper. That's why
yeah,
I was
he
like,
can.
how the hell? I'm
That was a
still trying
solid
to figure
pickup.
out how they. Well,
And they
I,
didn't they
I
didn't have to give up a first round pick or anything. I think it may have been 2 second round picks.
hold up,
So
but I said this earlier, and I'll say it again. GMs are stupid. All you got to do is find a GM that's stupid enough to make a trade. Because I'm like, why? I get that. I get that the 76ers were guard heavy, but if were y'all not paying attention to Derek McCain when he first
yeah,
when
he was a
he was
problem.
hooping. He was hooping until
And
he
not
got injured.
but I mean, but at the end of the day, I mean you basically when you drafted BJ Escombe, you basically solidified your backcourt for the future between him and
Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey. And then you had Jared McCain come off your bench as a 6 man. That's
Yeah,
not
but then
bad for a team that's starting over technically, which they should. But then
like
again, like 2 second round picks. I had to go back and look at the trade, but that was a major steal. So
the rich keep getting
okay,
richer, dog. The
okay.
rich
See, they just man, Sam Presti, man. Look, I don't even know how Brad Stevens won Executive of the Year. I really don't. It
I
should have
mean,
been either Sam Presti or our
wait.
GM because you know
I mean, Boston did lose majority of that championship team and still was the second place team, and they were not projected to be in anybody's top 3, top 5, hell, barely top 10.
but you don't want to give Joe Mazzulla the coach of the year though.
I'm not giving Joe Mazzulla coach of the year.
I think he should get. Well, I mean,
You said he should get coach of the year.
he
I
should.
would
He
give coach of
should.
the year to what's my guy in San Antonio?
Man, look.
I would
If OKC get a top 3 pick, I think that would solidify Sam Presti executive of the year, at least for the next season. I'm telling you that's
I
just
give
like that.
look,
That's just
if OKC get
that
a
is
top 3
crazy
pick,
work.
Sam Presti is the fucking
That's crazy work,
GM of the century.
man. Man, probably
He is
so.
executive. He is
Probably
executive of
so.
the fucking century, dog.
Yeah, yeah. After the draft lottery, we gotta talk about that. We gotta like go at. We got like after the draft lottery, we have to talk about that trade to go back because that was the last domino
Yeah,
in this draft class right here. Crazy work.
but back to back to the game. LeBron continues to do LeBron shit. So I mean, I my only concern is the amount of minutes that he's playing and the amount of work that he has to do with this team because they struggled to find scoring in game 1. Like if you
Well,
go
that's
up
what
and down
happens
that,
when you don't have Luca in the game
yeah.
who's out. So
And
that
then
breaks some souls.
Jared Vanderbilt appears to have lost a piece of his pinky
I
from
was
what I
gonna
heard.
say what happened because I saw where he was holding his hand in front of
Yeah,
the
and
OKC
then
bench, and everybody was just
and
like
they
amazed,
all
like what just
yeah.
happened. So I was like, what happened?
So it apparently he may have lost a piece of his pinky somehow. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure. I have to go back and look, but also, but again, I'm getting this. What podcast was? I was listening to the Athletic NBA Daily, and they were talking
Mm,
about it. So apparently, he may have cut a piece of his finger, a piece of his
mm,
pinky. So
mm.
we'll find out whenever we get
Yeah.
some information on that. But that seems to be what may have happened to Jared Vanderbilt. So they're down
Well,
enough.
if that's the case, mm,
They're down a
you probably
player
not
now.
be coming back. You ain't coming back from that. If you, I
Unless
don't know
you're gonna
how.
unless you're gonna tape these two motherfuckers,
Yeah, but
you gotta
if you
tape them two
would, but
motherfuckers together.
yeah, if you're
But
gonna try to,
I look at this point, shit. This shit might be a sweep. I'm just saying.
I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like the Lakers are they're to the point where they're at the end. Their ends. They're pretty much at the end of the roster. So for the most part,
Basically,
and
so.
you're gonna have quite a few players that do not have playoff experience that are on the court. Although I look at you can look at this from a different aspect. You have players that don't have playoff experience. Perfect. Go for broke. Go out there and shoot them. What are you gonna do? Take you out the game? Bitch, you need me. You need me out here on this floor. Like that's just like if he throw
Yeah,
Bronny out there.
they.
If he throw Bronny out there, if I'm Bronny, I'm going for broke. I'm out that bitch, firing that bitch off. Why? Why not?
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it that way. You can see it that way. But at the same time, when you have a player of LeBron James, you know, losing is not an option. So of course you're gonna try to go out and try to win best way you know how. But at the same time,
Luka, Luka.
if it's starting to go down like 3-0, then you may just like throw in the towel because and that's if Luca doesn't come back either, which I don't
I don't.
anticipate that he
I don't
would.
think it
So
makes a difference whether Luka's here or not. I mean, because outside of the scoring portion, because we know Luka can score the ball, but this
of
motherfucker, you
course,
still got to play defense, and we know Luka is
hmm
a fucking traffic cone on defense.
yeah, we know he's not gonna put much effort into that. So
So that the
yeah,
case that, and to be honest, I let Luka get them points. Shut everybody else down.
yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
It's either
Who
that
knows?
or try attempt to shut LeBron down and tell, all right, Luka, you beat us. Like it has to be. You can pretty much attempt to shut. Well, they have the OKC has the personnel that can play tough defense and prevent players from scoring at will, so to speak.
That is true.
So
Correct.
you can make somebody be like, "Man, fuck this. We're gonna take this motherfucker out of the game. You beat us."
Correct.
I wouldn't necessarily tell LeBron to beat us because he might fuck around and go back
Yeah, don't
to
you
go
wanna?
back to his Miami Heat
You don't
days.
want to poke. You don't want to poke the bear now. We know
But
he's getting up there in age, but
if Luca come back, oh yeah, you fresh. Oh, what you got a shit ton of rest on you. You beat us.
mhm, yeah,
But
yeah.
well,
I think for the Lakers, they have a lot of decisions to make in the off season, and of course that will start with LeBron if he's staying or retiring finally. But to my understanding, they do have a a good amount of cap space for them to go out and make other moves, with or without LeBron. So, but yeah, I think I can see the series going into a sweep, but for me, I'm always giving teams, at least one game, before they get eliminated. But yeah, I think they could get one game. at home. But
I'll
still
go out.
OKC.
I'll go out.
OKC in 5.
Look, I'll go out
OKC
on
in
the
5.
limb, and I'll go out on the limb in OKC in a sweep.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Fair enough.
if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Oh well, shit.
But you know
Ain't no,
what though? I will say this here too. I would not be shocked, even though we haven't gotten there yet. I would not be
mm,
shocked if the Spurs beat OKC. I would
no,
not be
no,
surprised.
no. And
I would not be
per-
surprised.
perfect transition because the Spurs are tied 1-1 with the Wolves. Wolves take game one. Very, very exciting game. Wemby with the triple double. Uh, to include
Didn't he
block
have like
12
he
block.
had like 12? Yeah. Well, it's not crazy,
Jesus
but
Christ, dog. No, that is
it's
crazy.
Wemby.
What 12
It's
of them?
Wemby, bro.
But
It's
12
Wemby.
of them? Jesus Christ. Now
When you
again,
7'5", 7'4",
but again, we talked about Rudy Gobert against Joker. Rudy Gobert did his thing in game one against Wemby because he only had
I don't
11
know if
points.
yeah.
He only had 11 points. But Rudy Gobert he did his job. He did his job in game one. They kept Wemby at bay. Ant-Man came off the bench, which they're trying to, they're monitoring they're pretty much got him on their time clock because they don't want to re-aggravate his injury.
Right.
So he's in that 20 to 25-minute range at the moment. But that 20 to 25-minute range is helping the Timberwolves play play decent basketball, especially with the losses that they've had thus far.
Mm-hmm.
And the surprise coming out parties from that squad as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my question to you: that last play for the Spurs, do you call a timeout or do you let it ride like they did?
Call a timeout. I would have called a timeout. I mean, don't get me wrong. Coaches do this all the time where they take that chance, where they say, okay, I'm gonna let our players, figure it out. Because they had to come up in clutch moments, especially in the playoffs. So I understand that. But I think it's always safer to take a timeout if you're able to. So that way you're able to, gather your troops, come up with a play because it's more structured. So
Yeah.
you're putting yourself in a better chance to get a decent shot up if you have a plan together. So and not only that though, is just that yes, you do have Wemby. So you can say, hey, we have Wemby. We know what he's capable of doing. So let's see how, they're able to do that. Now I don't think that uh was detrimental, for the series. It's not like, oh, they put themselves in a situation of being eliminated. I mean, it's only, game two. But yeah, I think that they should have taken a timeout and put some sort of, play together where they could, structure to get a good shot up. Because they have a ton of playmakers, They have, Wemby, of course, Devin Vassell is a really good shooter. Keldon Johnson, who's won 6 Man of the year, Dylan Harper. But yeah, I would have taken a timeout
I mean,
on that
they
possession.
still got a good look. They still got a good look at the shot. So I always say that a play like that depends. And I think they made the right play by not calling timeout because you had the advantage on the
Hmm.
break. Although they had a couple people back. They had enough people back to be able to defend the basket, but
Right.
in the grand scheme of things, when you look at that play, like they still got a good shot. Like they still were able to get off a good shot. They just didn't go in.
Yeah, it
So
wasn't
I'm
a
not,
bad idea, but
yeah, because
they
I
just want
look
to
at I
be
look at
safer.
it. So I look at it from your standpoint, like you said, if you call the timeout, you get a chance to get a play in place. But
Mhm.
also, not calling a timeout, you can catch the defense on their heels and either
True.
get an easy basket or get a at least get a good look. Like I said, it just didn't fall. That I
Mhm.
mean, so it is what it is. We're like I said, that one's tied up. It's headed back to Minnesota for game 3. I think this one goes. I think this goes 6. I got Spurs and 6 on this one.
I agree. 6.
Yeah,
I would say
I
6 too.
think it's just the fact that, and I say that just on the strength that the Timberwolves they're playing good basketball in spite of injuries. In spite of having to now bring Anthony Edwards off the bench, like.
Mhm.
But that's the best. That's the best part and the beauty of it because you're getting to see the T Wolves, their other guys on the team step up and actually uh, contribute the way that they need to, and either keep the game, keep the team in a game, or help them win the game, as we saw in Game 1. So um, this should be a very good series. Like I said, I got Spurs in 6. I can't wait for Game 3. Um, it's gonna be kind of hard. Like I said, now that the W is back, so we're gonna see. I got some. I got some.
Injuries.
I got some
Injuries.
finagling to do. Hey, the Dream, but they better make it to the finals. If you
Yeah,
haven't if you
you
haven't
got
saw
to.
the latest episode of the Best MW, Nick Andre and I, we did the WNBA preseason preview, and
Hmm.
yeah, we discussed everything. We talked about Atlanta and just the fact of how that team is structured and all that. So yeah, this is going to be it's going to be a great WNBA season, but as one season starts, of course, one season in, and this is with the NBA. We're about halfway there, halfway to the finish line for the NBA, but we still got some good basketball left. We'll see what the outcome is with Thunder and Lakers in Game
Hmm.
2. But until then, before we close this thing out, Antoine, you have anything for our people?
Antoine.
My bad, dog. Fuck, Garrett. My bad.
I
My
was like,
bad.
Antoine too?
Jesus Christ.
Nah, you good. I know you had a long day.
Play his message.
No. I think the playoffs are just getting better and better. I think that I will say from a matchup standpoint, I think it's going to be more interesting. So, like I said, I have the Pistons and the Knicks to be in the conference finals in the East, and
Mhm.
then I have the Spurs and OKC in the conference finals for the West. So
Yep.
uh, I think this playoffs is going to be more interesting, where the matchups are better. You're getting more competitive basketball. So I think you're starting to see the best case scenario and things of that nature. But yeah, so like I said, the playoffs are uh, getting more interesting. We already saw an
Mhm.
interesting first round, a lot of game sevens that I don't think nobody really anticipated. So
No.
I don't know how
Not
many
not
game
with let's put it
sevens.
like this, not with some of those matchups. No.
Yeah, definitely not. But I will say, I don't think we're going to see any game sevens in the second round. I don't think so. So I think you're going to see, game fives or game sixes. One of those two. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see how it all goes and see how it turns out. But yeah, so far it's been very good. So I can't complain.
Absolutely. Of course, as we close this out, we have the QR code back up. So everybody that's watching, please hit the QR code up. Hit the QR code, hit the link tree. Follow us on socials. Again, subscribe to the YouTube page, like this episode, comment on this episode, get us in the algorithm, as Jay always say. Um, I'm with Antoine. We got some, like I said, we got some good games left. I very interested to see.
You keep
I did
referring to
call
me
you
to Antoine.
Antoine. Dog, that's because I did fucking 2 episodes, but it's just me and him.
Man,
Because your ass been MIA. Sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, a little bit here and there. Yeah.
But as I keep messing up over here. No, of course we always appreciate everybody pulling up and rock with us as always. Antoine, get better. Hope to see you next week, sir.
Definitely, for sure.
Garrett, appreciate you as
Yes, sir.
always. I'm glad we was
Yes,
able to
sir.
get this episode in. And yeah, we will holler at y'all next week, man. We'll holler.
One band, one sound. They gave me my theme music.